Hey friends, Grandmaster here. Hey, coming up, all students should be taking their final exam for the semester. Reminder, it is not up to the students nor the parents if a student takes an exam. Just like in any school. If you didn't study for your vocabulary words, you still got to take the test on Friday. Now, if you aren't ready, then you take the exam to learn what you need to study more. This sounds ominous, but keep in mind, we have a plan and we know what we're doing. Number one, we aren't testing you for your black belt and instead are building the foundations for that illustrious day. Number two, this is not a pass or a fail. Doing great on certain things can help you to pass things that you're weak on. And number three, testing helps you to see where you need to apply more effort and to practice on your own. Now, we do the final exam for the black stripe at the beginning of the week so that we have the rest of the week to get people caught up who didn't pass. In almost all cases, before the week is up, all students pass and are invited to graduation on Friday. We are a rotating curriculum here and a black belt school. And that means that the curriculum is going to change next week, whether they pass or not. So they aren't going to see this material for a very long time anyway. So we may as well move on. If they have it completely memorized, they're not going to have it remembered by the time they get to Red Senior. So they're going to have to come back and do it anyway. Big caps, don't worry about memorizing the form. I once watched an instructor fail a student because they had not yet learned how to count to 10 in Korean. A, what does counting to Korean have to do with defending yourself? And B, we're supposed to be empowering the students, not tearing them down. Forms are the same. Practicing the same thing over and over can be boring, but the purpose of forms is to give the students something to stay mentally engaged on while they do more repetitions of the moves they need to practice. No one is going to do a form in a fight, but they will use the techniques that are in our forms. We only care about how well they can execute the moves within the forms. There will come a day when they are Red Seniors when they will come back and do all of this again. And at that time, it is doubtful, even if they have it perfectly memorized now, that they will still have it memorized then. Memorization of the form at lower rank is far less important than the execution of the techniques. Yes, things are different than they were in the old days, the 1970s when I was training, where students failed and were often belittled and humiliated in front of the class. For some, that was motivation to do better. For others, it was emotionally destructive and negatively affected them for the rest of their lives. We know more today about how people learn, how to teach, and about child development than ever in human history. You wouldn't want a doctor who practiced medicine with no new medical knowledge or procedures that were more recent than the 1970s. It should be the same way with everything, especially child development and with the psychological impact of negative punishment. All right, get with us to go over everything and help you and your child prepare for graduation. This is what is most important to us. Grandmaster out.